back to the Demis Hellen channel. So as you might be aware, the Serum Trance Pads and Vital Trance Sequences and Arpeggios has released. You can get them on the store right now. They're not part of the Black Friday because they are new packs, but I'm going to show you how they sound and how you can work with them to understand better why these packs might be helpful to you. Okay, so let's have a listen to what we've got first. So I'm going to use a Trance sequence. So I'm going to drag that across. I think I'm actually using the MIDI off the wrong channel here. I'm going to bring this up an octave. And I'm going to show you on here. This is Trance sequence number 10, and this is intended for a major. Obviously, you can choose whatever key you press on the keyboard, it will change into its relative major. So G major, F major, D major, whatever your track's key is. If you want to use that, you can. This pack includes the MIDI, so these are sequences built in here. So you can see this is the setup. These are the patterns that I've created for this and the bass movement. They are also included as MIDI files, so you don't have to actually use this as well if you don't want to, but you can choose your own sound design and use the MIDI as well. So you've got a lot of choice. We'll look over that in a little while. I'll just open up the filter so we can hear that nice and bright. Okay, and then this instance of Vital, I'm actually going to change to Serum for our Serum Pads, and I'm going to show you how that looks. And it's appeared on the wrong screen, so here we are. And if we go down to Serum Trance Pads, we can see we've got quite a plethora here. So I'm going to start with the first one, Acumen. So with this pad, I know that we need to go, because it's in A major, I think it's going to be A, F sharp there, and then I think E for this particular bass of this pattern. Okay, so so the bass starts on B. There we are, we've got that. So we've got the basis for our chords now. Now, just to show you how easy this is, if we go to A major, which was already selected, and then I can choose scale and chords. Everything in green is in key. Everything that isn't green is not in key. So we can create our basic chords. I'm going to pitch this up an octave. And let's just go for the standard triad here. So something like this, and then we can have a mess around with the sound. So the levels are a little bit out of whack, so what I'm going to do is just balance these out. So you can hear how nice that sounds straight away. And this one's called Acumen, this particular preset. There's some that'll suit this better, especially the Anjuna ones, I think. But let's have a scroll through some of these other ones. Nice and bright. So that one sounds really nice, but Anjuna Late Nights, I think that one was called, sounds better an octave lower. And maybe with a split chord. That sounds really nice. We can add an extra bass layer in just to get context. I wouldn't do this normally. I think we're missing a bass. Okay, I think I accidentally deleted that. Let's just put that back in. Beautiful. So you can see these work hand in hand really well. Let's try another one. So it's a bit slower. Okay, so you've got a good idea of some of the different sounds. I'm not going to go through every single one, but I'm going to show you what I've done to make my packs better than what they used to be, which is the macro controls. Now, we have the options on most of them for the attack speed and also stuff like intensity, drift, sharpness, tone, texture, but usually the attack speed is constant through all of them. So you can choose a slow attack and then just tweak that how you want, or you can have an instant attack. So you've got more like a lead, but it's still got that pad texture. So have a listen to this one on its own. So it sounds beautiful, but let's turn the attack speed up. So we get a nice snappy start now. Let's drop this down an octave as well. So that is the premise of my sound packs, definitely the newer ones anyway, but macro controls have always been included. I'm just trying to refine them so that you have some familiarity between each one. Looking at the trance sequences for an example, so let's just duplicate this so we don't ruin that little pattern we have going on there. We can see with this one, we have macro controls down the side. We have movement, smoothing, envelopes, and the dry signal. So dry signal means if you want to use this straight out of here, but apply your own delay reverb, you can just turn the delay and reverb off instantly. You can choose the envelope and how much it opens. And that's just one trance sequence. If we choose another, let's pick trance sequence number 8. And you can see here, dry signal again. Sidechain, tonal quality. So you have full flexibility. Most of the time the mod wheel controls the filters and that just gives you more control over the sound. But like I said, if you like that particular sequence, you can then use that as MIDI from the pack as well and then apply your own sounds. You could even copy this sound design without these LFOs, continuing the pattern, and you've got your own sort of full-on sound with MIDI so you can use it in your own productions. So let's have a look at just one more. Let's have a look at an arpeggio. Let's try arpeggio 9. Again, dry signal. Saturate it a bit more. And that goes the same for all of the arpeggios. Let's have that 1 octave up. So there we are, that is Serum Pads and Trance Arpeggios and Sequences. Probably one of my favourite packs to make since I did Vital Cinematic Sequences. These Trance Sequences do give you some ideas, the kickstart ideas for tracks, and the best part is if you don't want to rely on Vital to do it, you can apply any synth and any of my other packs sounds to the MIDI as well, so you've got the best of both worlds. The MIDI comes with the pads as well, so all the pad demos that you hear in the audio demo video that is on my channel, you also get the MIDI for that as well. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and seen the insight into that. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And with that said, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Take care.